Hi, my name's Nicole.
Hi, my name is Diamond.
My name is Shout.
And welcome to the Dope Student Podcast.
Yeah. Woo.
And who do we have here today?
My name is Micah Gold Markel, and I'm the founder of Solar States. I'm so excited to be on the Dope Student Podcast here.
Okay, Mr. Micah. So today we're going to be asking some questions. Can you share the story behind starting Solar States after being inspired by Van Jones' speech about the green collar economy?
Absolutely. So in 2008, I was kind of, looking for something new to do. I'm a lifelong Philadelphian. Shout out to West Philly, where I'm from. So, I went down Academy of Natural Sciences, and I saw this guy, Van Jones, who not many people knew of at the time. He was doing a book tour for a book called The Green Collar Economy. Have you ever read that book? No? No, y'all gotta read this book. It's amazing. So in it, he said the green wave can lift all boats. And what does that mean? What do you think that means?
The green wave can lift all boats.
Yeah, what do you think? Not sure?
Not really, but I can tell it's probably something meaningful that you really remember.
Absolutely. That's a great point. So I remembered it because what I took it to mean is environmentalism should be for everyone. That everyone, the green wave, environmentalism, should lift all boats. That means everybody should be involved. What do you think about that? You think everyone should be involved in environmentalism? Absolutely. And you know what? Van Jones showed me that environmentalism wasn't just about saving the polar bears. At that time, everybody was talking, save the polar bears, the ice caps. Right? That's important. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
But it's not putting food on your plate tomorrow, is it? No. So he was connecting the fact that environmentalism needs to be about putting food on your plate tomorrow, right? Making money. Do you want to make money?
Yes.
Yeah? Diamond wants to make money. I know that. Nicole, you want to make money?
Definitely.
All right. So guess what? Environmentalism is about jobs. And when he said that, I said, my goodness, I want to go into the solar industry. I'm going to learn about this as much as I can and start a business where I'm employing Philadelphians. So our mission is to be the on-ramp to the green collar economy for inner city Philadelphians like yourselves. What do you think about that?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Are you done?
Yep. What you got next?
As a lifelong Philadelphian, what motivates your passion for training Philadelphians about solar, and how does Solar States contribute this mission?
So what really makes me passionate is the fact that I grew up around a lot of skilled individuals. I mean, people in my neighborhood, they could fix your bathroom, fix a light, do a renovation project. Do you know anyone who sort of hustles, who can do some fix-ups in the house?
My dad.
Your dad. Shout out to Dad. What's up, Dad? What about you? You know anybody who can do work around the house?
My dad, and also now me too, because of Mr. Jarrett.
Oh, shout out to Captain Jarrett. He's training the next generation of people who can fix up just about everything. Plumbing, electric, all that stuff. They're doing amazing work right here in Mayfair, right? So, I knew all these folks, and they were doing what we would sort of affectionately call hustles, where they would work, they would fix up a bathroom or whatever, but they weren't part of a big construction team, right? Like a union construction job or stuff like that, even though these people were skilled, right? So they wouldn't get the things like paid vacation or health care or retirement plans, right? So I wanted to see a company where people in Philadelphia could get access to not just a hustle where you're getting paid, but something where you could have a career because you're getting health care, retirement plans, all that stuff, paid vacation. Have you ever had a job with paid vacation? No. It's nice. Let me tell you, when you're getting paid and you're on vacation, does that sound good to you?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
right?
don't have to pay for anything?
You don't have to pay for anything because you're getting paid, right?
Yes.
Well, guess what? A lot of jobs provide paid vacation. We provide 3 weeks of paid vacation every year, okay? We start our people at minimum. You know nothing about solar, you come in, 18 an hour. Does that sound good to you?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay? So that's what I think our community needs is good paying jobs, reliable employment, and then benefits. Does that make sense for that answer?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Okay, in your role as a solar installer, electrician, teacher, and founder, what perspective or expertise do you bring to the solar industry?
So this is really funny. When I first came into the industry in 2008, I didn't know a thing. And I figured I'd start with teaching. I don't know why. A teacher has to know everything, right? A teacher has to know lots of stuff. So I went into the classroom, actually at this school called Science Leadership Academy, and I taught an elective with somebody I knew there. And I learned more than I taught. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
I was learning from the students there. I was learning exactly how much I didn't know. And I've always been a self-paced learner, like somebody who goes, on their own to learn. How do you learn best? And is it in school? Do you go home? What do you think?
Me personally, I feel like I'm more of like a visual learner.
A visual
so
learner.
it's like if someone just tells me like, oh, do this, and like just hands me like a paper and a pencil, it's like I won't be able to get it. Like you have to like teach me through the steps and like lead me the way on how to do things.
How about you? What do you think? How
I
do you
agree
learn
with
best?
her.
Yeah? Visual?
Yep.
How about you? Yeah,
Visual.
same way? See, I'm a hands-on learner. I need to get my hands on things. I need to feel it. I need to do the wiring. I need to lay the panels. And that's one thing that I learned over the years is nothing replaces experience. Experience, experience, experience. So when we do our trainings, we make sure people get their hands on solar panels. They get their hands on wiring and wire strippers and everything so that you learn hands-on how to do it.
Yeah, it's just like here, I feel like while we're like doing Mr. Jarrett, something I do like that he like does is he shows us videos, examples, and then that's when we get started on the hands-on work, and then I feel like that's just what makes it more go smoothly.
There you go. What do you think about the hands-on work? You like doing it?
I love hands-on.
Hands-on? Hands-on's where it's at, right?
Yeah.
I look around this room and I see a lot of opportunity for hands-on work. It's pretty incredible. You really have a great setup. And you know what? We're going to expand it. We're going to make sure that you get the opportunity to go hands-on with solar too. Promise you that.
Okay. Another question is, what specific topics or themes would you like to explore on the podcast, especially concerning getting more Philadelphians into solar jobs and future of the solar industry?
Right. So let me start by asking y'all some questions. Before this podcast or before coming into this classroom, were you aware that solar was an industry?
No.
Not really. I just like originally thought solar of like just like a regular day-to-day job where like you just pretty much just do anything. But
Right.
now like when I came into Mr. Jarrett's class, it's like the more you're in here, it's like the more you get to learn and just the better it becomes.
That's awesome. That is really, really cool. But like, were you aware of what solar energy can do and how it can save you money?
Nope.
No, right? So I get this. Guess what? You're not alone. In fact, you're in the majority. The big thing that we have to do is make sure that young people are aware that this industry exists because it's so new that people don't even know it exists. And then once y'all know it exists, you know who's the richest person in the world right now? Elon Musk. Yes. Elon Musk. Now, you can think whatever you want to think about Elon Musk, but he got a lot of money, right?
Yep.
What industry is he in? He's in batteries and electrification of cars, right? I mean, he's in a lot of different industries, but that's the main thing that he's doing. And guess what? If you folks understand that that's what the energy of tomorrow is going to look like, renewable, stored in batteries, guess what? You can become the next Elon Musk. You can come up with the next innovation that's needed to push the industry forward. So I'm looking at y'all and thinking, which one of y'all is going to be the next billionaire here, huh? That's why I do it, is to get you exposure to the industry so that you can come out and innovate and press us forward. Make sense?
Yep. Can you elaborate on the crucial aspects of your field that students should be aware of, particularly the importance of understanding tools in electrical theory?
Sure. So it's good to get exposure to the industry, but you have to understand the theory of what's going on, right? So how does solar work?
I mean, isn't it just pretty much like solar panels? And it can work in many different ways. I mean,
It's true.
You can use solar panels to save electricity too.
Absolutely. So you can use solar panels to save money on your electric bill. Now, solar panels don't actually store electricity. They generate electricity, right? What could store electricity? What do you think? You got something in your hand that can store electricity right now.
My phone?
Your phone? What in your phone stores electricity? You're looking around. Gee, think about why do you plug your phone in?
Oh, so it won't die.
And what inside of it dies?
Battery.
The battery, right? A battery is a way of storing electricity. It doesn't make electricity, does it? Because you have to plug it in. Does that make sense? Right? So more and more of our work, we not only install solar panels on people's roofs, but we install batteries to store that electricity. And how it all works matters. We don't want people who are just handing solar panels up to the roof, drilling them on, saying, okay, I think it's done. No, you have to understand, you're plugging the panels in together because you want to create electrical current, and then that current comes down and it interconnects with the house, and the house uses that electricity or pushes it back onto the electrical grid. And guess what? Guess what happens when you push electricity back onto the electrical grid?
You save money.
You save money. Damn, Nicole, you're knocking it out the park this morning. You came ready. All right? So you save money through something called net metering. Guess what? The electric company actually pays you money rather than you paying them. I have clients who get checks from the electric company. Who here wants to get a check from the electric company?
Me.
Oh, I do. I know I do. My hand's up. So that's why theory is important. We have to know how this stuff works. The last thing is our installers spend more time with our clients than anyone else in our company. They may be there for a day, 2 days, 3 days, right? So they're going to get asked a lot of questions. And if they don't understand how to answer them properly, the company doesn't look good. And the way we get more business is through referrals, by people saying, you know what, Solar States did a great job. I'm going to tell my friends that. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right. What you got next?
Reflecting on your career journey, what key milestones and challenges have you encountered since starting Solar States 15 years ago?
Okay, that's a great question, because you know what? People think you go into business and it just gets better and better and better and better and better. That is definitely not how it goes. You know, there's a term for our industry. It's called the solar coaster. The industry goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. It makes it really, really difficult to be in business. I got to be honest with you. Early on, I didn't know what I didn't know. Have you ever heard that statement before?
Nope.
You didn't know what you didn't know, right? What that means is I can do research in a field, right? And I don't need to know everything in that field, but at least I can look around the field and say, I don't know this stuff over there, but that's okay. But sometimes you're so new to an industry, you haven't had time to look over the field, and so you don't know literally what you don't know. And that's a big problem. That's a huge problem, because then you can run into things that cost more money than you think, or problems that you don't know how to solve or don't know anyone who can solve them, right? So early on in the industry, the biggest thing for me was just learning, getting over that learning hump. I knew nothing about solar, so I had to educate myself by working with electricians, other solar companies, other solar installers, and learning independently online. And you know what? I'm really terrible at taking tests. Is anybody here terrible at taking a test? Yeah, horrible. You know, one of the skills I really had to learn, and I struggled with this big time, was how to take a test well. Because I needed certifications over the years. I wanted to be an electrician. I wanted to be what's called a NABCEP certified PV installation professional. That's a mouthful, right? Mm-hmm. Terrible acronym, but it stands for the North American Board of Certified Energy Practitioners. Those are certifications you want to get in our industry. In order to get those, you not only had to have hands-on experience, but you had to pass a test. And so I really had to struggle and learn how to pass a test. You know, I failed my NABCEP 3 times before I passed it. What? 3 times. Have you ever failed a test 3 times? Kept taking it? No? I'm telling you, if you want to be in business, you better understand perseverance. Because if you fail and you just say, I quit, you're never going to succeed. But if you fail and you keep learning from that failure and learning, that's how you're going to be a success in business and in life.
Okay, how can we get a solar program in middle/high schools in the Philadelphia School District?
Oh, another great question. So we're working on that right now. You know, we have a partnership with Frankfurt High School, but we really want to see this program spread around to great teachers like Captain Jarrett. I mean, it's really about having trained teachers in the district. And we're really excited to have a Train the Trainers program going on towards the end of this month, where we're going to really try to expand the number of people who are trained in teaching solar so that we can have more solar training throughout the school district of Philadelphia. It's also been identified as an industry in need of employment. And so there's what's called CTE, or career technical education tracks, that are available for students who want to go learn about solar and come out ready to install or work in the solar industry. And so we need to expand those programs out to more schools so that we can meet students where they're at. But it's really about great teachers, you know? Don't you think? I mean, what classes do you do best in? Are they the ones with great teachers or not so great teachers?
Great teachers.
Great teachers, right? What makes a great teacher?
For me personally, what makes a great teacher is a teacher that's there for their students and who will understand their mistakes and not just throw, as I said, a pencil or paper at a student and expect them to just succeed.
Great answer. Love it. What do you think? What makes for a great teacher?
I personally think a great teacher is someone that really can understand you and knows how I say this, that knows like what you are capable of and what you're not capable of, and that could help you like understand it.
Yeah. Do they push you in what you're capable of?
No.
No. You don't want to be pushed?
No.
You don't think Mr. Jared pushes you to succeed?
Just a little.
Just a
Pushes
little?
us to do our best, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pushes you to do your best, right? To achieve your personal best, right?
What do you? Every teacher would want to see their students succeed and not just because seeing a student succeed personally makes them feel as if they succeeded themselves.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, how is a teacher going to succeed without their students succeeding, right?
Yep.
Because that's the measure of success. What do you think? Anything else that a good teacher brings to the table?
I just agree with both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are a lot of good points, right? All right. Next up.
For a student considering a career in your field, what advice do you have in terms of work ethics, learning, and leadership?
Okay. First thing. Be on time. You know the saying, early is on time, on time is late,
Yep.
and late is unacceptable,
Yeah.
right? You cannot work if you're not on time, right? Wait, did that make sense? Did I mess
Yes.
that up?
No, it makes sense.
You can work if you are on time all the time. You have to be present, right?
Yes.
If you're present, then you can learn, okay? Then you can work. That's number one. Number two, always challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to learn more and to do more. And always ask why. Why am I doing this? Not just how. Does that make sense? Can you tell me some of the things you've done around here where you've learned the why and not just the how?
I mean, I love asking questions.
Okay.
And, like, everyone really knows, especially Mr. Jared, like, I'm always wanting to do something new. Like, when we start something new here, it's like, I'm excited to try it because it's like, I don't know. I just feel some sort of excitement trying out new things. And knowing, like, why we're doing this or, like, what is the need to do this and, like, just getting, like, a good answer back is, like, just makes me excited to, like, learn more about it.
That's a great answer, right? Understanding the why motivates you, right? It's like I remember when I was in high school, I was like in various math classes, and nobody ever said to me the why of the math I was learning. It was just, here's a bunch of math, right? And I never really grabbed it. And then I got into the solar field, and I was working on a ground mount solar array, and we needed to figure out how far the rows between the solar panels could be spaced. Why do you think we needed to figure that out? Because a solar panel can shade another solar panel if it's too close, right? If it's too close behind it. So we needed to know how to space the rows so that the solar panels wouldn't shade each other. Because if a solar panel's in shade, it's not going to produce electricity.
It's not going to work right.
It's not going to work right?
Yes.
And guess what? We needed trigonometry in order to figure that out. And you could figure that out once you understood trigonometry. Oh my gosh, there was the why. All of a sudden, I wanted to learn trig so that I could make the calculation and fully understand how to place my solar panels on the roof. That's learning, right? That's the why behind math. It really is applicable in the real world. You just need to know the circumstances.
How do you believe exposure to real-world experiences benefits students in making informed decisions about their education and career choices?
The more connection you have to the real-world experiences of work, the better you can be in informing what you want to do, right? What would you like to do when you get out of school?
I want to go to a CTE program.
A CTE program?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because I feel like I'm more hands-on. I cannot do just pen and paper.
Absolutely. So you're more hands-on, and you learned that through Captain Jared's class, I'll bet, right? Through the dope class.
Yep.
Yeah? Yeah, Castle Jared. Okay. How about you?
I wanted to start doing engineering for the future because, like, knowing that I already have, like, multiple experiences in this class with plumbing, electricity, like, carpentry, it's just, like, I feel like it's just such a good thing because it already gets me, like ahead for the future and knowing what I'm going to do.
Oh, my goodness. We need so many engineers in this world, right? I mean, and you can make great money doing engineering. I mean, really good money. And it's so cool when you really understand how things work and you're that engineer who designed it to work that way. Man, that is awesome. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Once you learn solar, you're going to be like, oh, I got to go into solar industry. Trust me. We make it real. All right. How about you? What are your goals?
I'm probably just going to go to college.
Go to college. Why not? And then you can learn more about what you want to do after college, right?
Yeah.
Any idea what you want to study in college?
Not yet. I don't know.
Not yet. So just straight liberal arts. Excellent electrician. So you know what? Here's the thing. You don't necessarily have to choose one thing. You can do electrical work as a hobby or a side gig, go to college, maybe do something else from college, become an economist or something other, really nerdy stuff that, you know, all you students here, I'm sure, are going to do. But guess what? Having the experience of working hands-on will be valuable no matter what. Let's say a light goes out in your house. You won't have to hire someone necessarily to fix the electrical issue. You might know how to fix it yourself, safely, of course, right? That's great experience. So many people are losing that ability to do work themselves. So I'm really encouraged to see you folks gaining that experience.
Okay. As a teacher, what memorable experiences or lessons have you learned from interacting with students, and how does it feel to witness their success in the solar industry, whether with Solar States or another company?
Oh, my goodness. It's one of my favorite things to do is see students who I taught succeed. Here's the funny part about it, right? I run a company, and I want to see people succeed in Solar States, and a good number of our students do. What do you think succeeding in a company looks like?
Being able to, like, make it big, even if it's, like, not the biggest, is knowing as long as you made it and knowing that you're proud of yourself for making it that far. That's my definition of success.
Absolutely. What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah, you agree? So I can't tell you how emotional it is when I see somebody who didn't know a thing about solar. I mean, not one thing. Didn't even know it existed. And then, guess what? They come into our company, they start as a junior installer, they get promoted to installer, then they're a lead, and then they maybe move to some bigger position and they make good money. So many people I've seen come to our company, haven't owned a car or a house or anything, and now they got families, they got a car, they got a nice place to live. I cannot believe how amazing that is. I mean, it's just to be able to witness that transformation. Here's the thing. It doesn't happen overnight, right? It takes years. But when you've been in business, and patience, absolutely. That's a great point. You got to have patience, and you got to be willing to work hard. But we've had people who have come through our programs now who have gotten their own electrical licenses. And success looks like moving up in Solar States, but also, and I tell every one of my employees, I'm on your team. Maybe success is moving up through Solar States, but it might be also owning your own business. I want to see you be an entrepreneur. I don't see people who get into the solar industry as competition. I see them as additional resources, as additional people who can now hire our students, who have gone through that, who can come back to the classes and help teach, right? So there's lots of definitions of success, and the question is, what is yours, and how can we help you get there?
Finally, can you discuss the summer program, what should students expect?
Sure. So we do summer trainings, and students should expect to come ready to learn, to get hands-on, to carry solar panels, to put racking on a mock roof, to learn electrical skills, to learn electrical theory, to sit in the classroom and do a little classroom learning, but also to use a lot of power tools and learn how to use them safely and correctly. You know, there's skill to everything. You don't just pick up a drill and use it, right? You got to, yeah, you have to like understand, how does it work? It can spin in two different directions. Some drills are hammer drills, some are not. You want to know how to drill straight rather than at an angle, right? All this stuff, it's all technique. Same thing with using a hammer. People think, oh, I can just pick up a hammer. I saw a guy once pick up a hammer, and he bent every single nail he tried to hammer. Okay? There is technique to everything, and you're going to learn that as part of a summer program, the technique of being a solar installer. Are y'all ready for that?
Yep.
All right. You know what? I'm ready for it. I think I see a lot of great solar technicians here, and I'm excited to work with you guys.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming out to the Dope Center podcast and letting us interview you. Do you have any social media that we can reach you out on?
Absolutely. You can always look at Solar States. I would like to invite you folks to my podcast. It's called Yo Son. What do you think about that? That's a good name, right? You love that? So I want to get a commitment here. Are y'all going to come on Yo Son with me? Yeah? All right, let's do this. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much for watching another episode on the Dope Center podcast.
Bye.
Bye. Peace out.